Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to do that. But hello, welcome back to the Heart and the Hustle Unplugged. So, this is just kind of what it is. If you don't know what it is, just kind of go back to the last video or whatever else you may be. Um, you know, over the last week or so, my heart's been pretty heavy, honestly, as I've been walking through some things. It's interesting to see how the Lord works in that. Last week I had a well-loved, big mentor in my life. He passed away. He coached me in baseball for, I don't know, maybe, close to 8 years, something like that, like through rec league and also in high school a little bit and things like that. But as I've been thinking through that, loss is weird, death is inevitable, which is crazy. It was funny, the day that I figured it out, I was in Mark 4, where it talks about the parable of the sower. And when it talks about the parable of the sower, like, if you don't know, as believers, we are called to be faithful, as farmers are faithful to plant their seed, right? So as I've been thinking through that, I think about a song that I've listened to. I don't remember the title of it right off the top, but it talks about how your life is measured not in the date of your birth and the date of your death, right? But it is measured in the dash that's in the middle. Shout out Be Nice for that one. It got me thinking about that. And as a believer, am I using my time, my treasures, and my talents, and I know that I said that on the last one, to benefit the kingdom? And that means planting seeds in places that you would never expect growth. And am I taking full advantage to not nurture those seeds, because I can't make those seeds grow. The Lord is the only thing that can make seeds grow. But am I doing my best to be that person that is like tending to the seed? Am I watering it? Am I allowing it to get enough sunlight? Am I allowing it to do whatever it needs to do in order for it to flourish? Now, inevitably, in the parable of the sower, there's going to be soils that are not good for growth. There's going to be rocky soil where it springs up very quickly, but it kind of dies out fairly quickly. You're going to throw it on a path that has no possibility of growth because of the path that it's on, and the birds are going to eat it up. But truly, because we are believers, we don't know when we are planting on what soil. You can take a guess, you can do whatever it is that you may do, but at the end of the day, we don't know. And it's cool because in the past week, I've also seen the Lord also flourish some seeds that I didn't know where they were going. It's such a thing to praise the Lord over. Like, when you're faithful to what He has for you, He's going to not bless you, but bless the situation. And sometimes that ends up with blessing for you. Sometimes that doesn't. And that's a hard reality to think about as well. But it's just one of those things where, like, what I ask this question all the time: what is it that I'm doing today that is beneficial for the kingdom? And it could be small things, it could be big things, but as long as my intentions are pure, not for my glory, not for my overall well-being, but for the benefit of the kingdom, even if it means that I have to sacrifice some of my time, treasure, and talents to do it, right? But it's one of those things where, like, if I'm doing it heartily to the Lord, like Ephesians 4 says, it's going to yield some type of fruit. And it may not be fruit for me. It may not be fruit for, like, anything else, but fruit for the kingdom. It's just so interesting to go about that every day and see where that's going to go. It's crazy. On an unrelated note, because I don't want everything to be all spiritual and things like that all the time. I was talking to Abby yesterday, my wife, and I was thinking about how much liquid I consume pre 12 p.m. Like, I'm right now usually 1.5, one of these down before 12 p.m. Uh, I have an energy drink before the gym most mornings. This is my second today. Don't tell people that. But sometimes it is what it is. For breakfast, I've been drinking protein shakes, and those sometimes happen pre-school, sometimes happen at the beginning of school. It doesn't really matter. Like that's another like 36 ounces of liquid. Like, and when you think about that, that's actually pretty crazy. And I'm also doing electrolytes, creatine, things like that. So I was thinking about the amount of liquids that I consume on a day-to-day basis, and it's actually pretty wild. So it's interesting to think through. Definitely grateful to have a classroom that is very right across the hall from the bathroom, so I can pop out real quick if I need to, and I definitely do. So this is just kind of where we're at. We're done, but I'm looking at the climate of things, and I've been posting these things on TikTok, but actually these things, like, I've done more than one. This is the second one, so not a big deal. I have an Instagram, but I don't think I'm going to use that for this. It's just not what I want to do. It's just kind of because this is what I want it to be. I think that I probably will still put it on YouTube. I may do like a short version of it, like cut out part of it and do it as a short, so it kind of goes out in that way. But I'm not sitting here a slave to where I post this, because I don't need to post it. This is mainly for me to process out and talk through things and maybe provide some value for somebody along the way. But we'll see where it goes. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. Just remember, if you put your heart and your hustle into everything, it's just going to be something that is worth your while, especially if you do it for the kingdom. All right, guys. Peace.